Hey, Bella. Bella, we're going to record a vlog for all our friends out there. Good morning to all of you. It's 9:43 on Tuesday, the 12th of August. Elsie and I watched Netflix till about 3:30 in the morning last night. So Elsie decided to sleep in while I went and ate some breakfast. And I just got back a little while ago. Made sure Bella was fed, made sure Chico was fed, and then I thought I'd sit down and give you guys an update on what's been happening here on our end. So I've got a little list of things I could talk about. So let's do that. So after 4 years of living here in Brazil, a laptop that I had purchased in Greenville, North Carolina, at the Best Buy. After 4 years and 2 months, the laptop stopped working. It just wouldn't charge. And then I looked up to see what the causes could be. It could be a variety of different causes. I thought maybe I'll replace the battery, but I'm not too tech savvy. And finding people to do that kind of stuff here, especially where we live, not so easy either. So I had to bite the bullet, so to speak, and I had to buy a new one, which is on its way. And it's going to take about 10 days to show up through SEDEX, which is like the slow, cheap FedEx version of rural Brazil. So that's the laptop update. Another thing, yesterday Elsie and I were driving in our car, and we were going to a nearby town. And for the first time in 4 years and 2 months, I ran over a snake that was busy crossing the road. I thought that this snake was actually just a piece of rope or something, because we were going a little bit above the speed limit, so it was hard to see. And it's when I drove over it, I could hear blip, and then when I looked in it actually whipped back and hit the car. I mean, even though we were going fast, it must have happened so fast, the thing whipped around, hit the car, and then in the rearview mirror and the side mirrors, I could see it, moving about on the road. And there was another couple of cars behind me. They also ran over it, so that poor thing hopefully didn't suffer too long. But we've seen snakes all over the place. I think about maybe 10 or 12 snakes in the last 4 years or so. But most of them you see, they're busy doing their own things. They don't want to interact with you. They go and hide somewhere as fast as they can. Every now and then you see them crossing the road, and very rarely, if you happen to be there at the wrong time, you happen to run over one of them. So that's the snake story. But that's this is not all over Brazil, by the way. Brazil is a huge country. We just happen to live in a very rural part of Brazil, in coastal Brazil, where on the one side you've got the ocean, and on the other side you've got the Atlantic forest, and miles and miles and miles of dense forest. So it's natural for these kind of things to be around you. You just have to make sure that where you live, it's contained. Like we have a 3.5 meter wall all around us, and you've got to make sure that everything is nice and clean. And we have a gardener that comes every month, maybe 2 times, and trims all the hedges and cuts all the grass down to ground level. So there's very few places for these guys to hide. Another thing is you got to get rid of the food source. So if you don't have plants that are a haven for frogs and lizards and all that, then there's no food for these guys to eat. And you've got to get rid of the water source. So our swimming pool is always treated with chemicals. So it's not potable water for wildlife. And so therefore there's no water, there's no food source. There's plenty of other options for snakes and things like that to go live somewhere else. So that's about the snake. Combi update. So, Bella, what are you doing? Are you trying to jump on my motorcycle? So the Combi update. Hey, sit down here. Sit down. Combi remains in Feira de Santana, which is a city up in northern Bahia. It's with a friend of ours who repairs motorhomes and things like that. And he's trying to sell it for us. And if he can, then we're great. And sit down, Bella, please. Do you mind? Do you mind not sniffing my crotch? Sit down over here, please. Love you. Sit down. Sit. Lay down. Very intelligent dog. She actually listens to me. Now you stay there, okay? So now I'll give you our combi update. So our combi remains in Feraci Sant'Anna with a friend of ours who does work on motorhomes and motorhome combis and things like that. And he's trying to sell it for us. And we're going to give him till the end of August. Today is August the 12th, so another 18 days or so. If he hasn't been able to sell it, which would be a month for him, then I'll go back up in the bus and drive it back home here. And then I'm going to try and sell it myself over here in the Iliaus area. And now that spring is coming at the end of this month or at the end of next month, there's going to be more and more movement in this area from people from all around the country and around the world. And people love to buy these things and travel in. So I'm hopeful that it will get sold to somebody that wants to travel in it because it would be very suitable for someone like that. So that's the combi update. 10 days of solid coughing and a little bit of a fever. So I'm now, I think, on my 10th day or so. I have now pretty much recovered from what was a really nasty sinus infection. I had green mucus coming out. I had a nasty cough that wouldn't quit. In the early stages, my throat was so dry that I was coughing incessantly, and my tonsils got sore. And there was a couple of days where I was actually noticing little streaks of blood. And then I hastily started drinking a lot of liquids, and that went away. And finally now today, I'm on my 10th or 11th day. The cough is gone, as you can tell. I've got a little bit of a nasal drip, but thanks to Elsie's help, I've been taking the right medications and things have improved. But I've learned from talking to different people that this kind of infection, this viral infection, has been going around this area. So a lot of people have been suffering from that. Cold. It's cold. It's been cold in Bahia this year, unseasonably so. We've been here now 4 years, but this, I would say May, June, July, August has been unseasonably cold, and maybe that's why people are suffering from colds and coughs, because it's not normal. So much so that Elsie and I have been talking about next year in March, after Carnival, we'll probably lock this place up and go live somewhere else where it's warm all year long. Maybe like northern Brazil, maybe Fortaleza or something like that. So we can go there and live there for March, April, May, June, July, August, and then come back in September. So 6 months here, 6 months there. That way we never have to deal with the season in Bahia where it actually starts to get cold. It never has before. This is unseasonably cold and rainy for Bahia. And I've talked to other people, and they're also saying the same thing. So it doesn't usually happen. So let's see what else I can talk to you about. Let me tell you about Elsie's foot. So back in March, as you know from watching some of these vlogs, Elsie had been bitten what I first thought was a spider at night in bed, because we have a mosquito net on our bed, and I thought it was a spider, but no, it turned out to be a spider. It turned out to be a mosquito that she had been bitten by in tall grass. So that was in March. So this is now August. So March, April, May, June, July, August. 5 months. It's been 5 months and her wound has still not healed. There were actually 2 mosquito bites. The first one was small, that healed. The second one was larger, and it is still in the process of healing. I'm suspecting another 2 months of healing if she doesn't experiment with it, in the sense, put things that she's not supposed to put on it and just keep listening to what the doctor said. Because sometimes she has a tendency of putting coconut oil or some other oil or this or that, like a home remedy kind of thing. And I've been trying to encourage her not to do that, just to stay with what the doctor has said. And another 2 months. So this leishmaniasis is what I think it's called. It's a rare mosquito, and when this bastard bites you, And when this mosquito bites you, it's bad news because the infection goes in your blood stream and then it causes wounds that take a long, long time to heal. So that's the foot update. I think another 2 months, September, October, I think she'll finally be free of that. Let's see here. So my art channel is up and running. Again, if you don't know, the link to my art channel is right here and also in the description. I've been, trying to stay busy, not only making vlogs, but also creating art because I love to paint and draw. And I also like to make videos and post them on there. Now that I don't have my laptop, which is not working, and I have to wait another 10 days, this is going to be the first vlog that I not only record on my iPhone, which is what's recording this, but I'm going to try. You okay, Bella? But I'm going to try and edit it on here as well. And if this works, then I'm good to go until my new laptop arrives, because editing on the laptop is much simpler. Your fingers move much faster because you've got a bigger keyboard, and I'm just more used to editing on that. So I'm quite looking forward to that arriving in about 10 days. But let's see if this works. This should be adequate for now, I think. What else? Yeah, so last month, so a week or two ago, we had our gardener. So a week or two ago, we had our gardener trim our bougainvilleas. And exactly how Elsie had said, the bougainvilleas that remain are now starting to bloom with flowers. So I was a little afraid that because we trimmed all the ones that had flowers, the other ones would not bloom. But lo and behold, we've got just as many blooming bougainvilleas. And so they're looking really nice. And another month or two, they'll be in full bloom because it'll be spring and summer. And they're just an amazing plant. I think I'm going to plant some in front of our compound as well, so that it can almost be used as a point of reference when we have people coming to visit us. So this is where we live. Just look for the gate with the bougainvilleas, something like that. Another thing, I've been driving our new car. Elsie and I have been driving it, and with Bella. We've got a little box that we have in the back of the SUV that we put Bella in. And it is so nice to once again have a comfortable car with air conditioning to drive and ride in, because after 4 years of getting used to the old 18-year-old Combi van, it was just a nice change. And I'm thankful to God for that. So let's see. I think that wraps up pretty much all I can talk about for this vlog. I'm going to try and edit this and post it today and see how that works. All my music, everything is on my laptop, which doesn't fire up. So I'm going to have to download music from Epidemic Sound that I use onto my cell phone here and try to put that in the background. And if it works, yay! So that's it for now. We'll catch you the next time. Come here, Bella. Come. Say hi and bye to everybody. Come on. Oh, the chain is stuck there. Come here. Come here. Say goodbye, everybody. And that's her hysterectomy, or whatever they call it when the uterus is removed. I think hysterectomy. So as you can see, it's all healed up. She's not feeling anything. She cannot have babies anymore. Ah, Bella. Say bye-bye. We'll see you next time. Ciao.